Hey guys, so today's thrifting mission is definitely one that I need. So I took off the entire month of January. I was already feeling like I needed thrifting anyway. And then last night, my husband's like, let's pull all of our documents together because we are traveling in the middle of February. We're heading to Mexico. And he's like, pull out the passports and get everything ready. So I grabbed my passport, and in my mind, I had renewed my passport prior to our last trip, which would have been in 2020. So I never gave it a second thought because I thought I had just renewed it. Long story short, I opened the passport and I almost literally threw up. Yes, folks, it's expired. So right away this morning, I was on the phone with the passport agency to try to expedite my passport. I am very fortunate that I was able to grab a date. So this coming Friday, there's been a little confusion. I have been on the phone with the passport agency several times. First of all, I couldn't get a date until the day before we were flying out. I was able to then call back and they're like, oh, you can get in tomorrow. So then I sent the confirmation to my husband and he's like, hun, what is going on? It's for Friday. So yes, I called back another time, and yes, Friday I have an appointment to expedite my passport so I will be able to head over to Mexico when that time comes. So long story short, again, let's go thrifting. So today, my thrifting mission included 4 different Goodwills. I chose not to go to the bins because I wanted to really focus on different outfits for Mexico. Plus, I wanted to look at the home goods, see what I could find to possibly put in my booths for spring. And you guys, I just love walking through those doors and just get so excited to think there are so many good finds in here just waiting for me. Now, as I entered the first aisle, I got kind of excited because I found this sign and I thought, oh, this is really cool and unique, but it was like a full plastic. And I thought, no, I just thought the little balls on there were neat. At first, I thought it really was wood, but it wasn't. So I passed that up. And then I saw this little crate and I thought it was kind of fun too with all the little brass knobs all over it. But then I'm like, what is it? I don't even know. I don't even think it opened. So I left that, kind of looked around. I didn't see a whole lot that was really, popping out at me. And this sign, I actually needed to show my husband that. Today, I don't know if he was whining. It was more, he was concerned. He kept saying he was really stressed out about the whole passport, which I totally understand. But I just continued on. If you watched one of my thrift flip videos recently, I flipped a bunch of bunt pans, and that kind of reminded me of those, but that was brand new. Then I love the basket aisle. I always look for, different unique baskets. I thought these containers were really neat, but the greenery, I don't know, it just looked faded and I think they were $3.99 each, and I could not justify the cost for those to put in my booth and having to put new greenery in them. And everything else, nothing really stuck out. Now, this aisle, I did find some goodies. Right away, I started spying some white pottery, and I'm always checking to see if I can find some of, different pieces of white pottery to either put in my booth or in my collection. I always look at the markings on the bottom, but I did find some gravy boats, and I thought these were super cute. White is so popular right now, and because I have a lot of color in my booth, I thought this would be perfect. And then I stumbled upon the larger gravy boat, and I knew all 3 would be perfect in a vignette, and they'll all be in a booth real soon. Then on the next shelf, I found these, and right away I'm like, oh, they're so cool. And
On top of it, they were 50% off. Then I headed down the glass aisle, and I always try to find some unique pieces like crystal, some different glasses or pitchers. I look for cloches, and there was nothing. As you can see, it was really spread out, but there was one piece of pottery in this aisle, and it definitely caught my eye, but in the end, I passed it up. So I headed to the next location and I walked in, and in the boutique section, this sign really caught my eye. It was kind of tucked underneath everything and really it was not very visible. If your Goodwills do have boutiques, you know that things are typically overpriced, and then I saw the original price on here. But for $12.99, I definitely thought this would look very cool in an area that I plan on revamping in my home, so it did end up in the cart. Next, I went down the aisle where you can find sets of dishes. This caught my eye. I ended up not getting it. I kept looking though to see if anything would pop out at me, and nothing else caught my eye here. I did check the other side, see if there was anything that I wanted to bring home. And again, the shelves were very empty or just sparse, and this is not what I'm used to. I don't know if they had a major cleaning in the area or at all the Goodwills in my area, and they're ready to restock. That's what I'm hoping for. Next, this caught my eye. It's a piece of pottery, and I flipped it over, and I believe it says Pfaltzgraff on the bottom. I think it was more of a vintage piece. I did not grab it though. I don't have any blues or anything like that, so I left that behind. But then I headed down the next aisle, and again, nothing really popped. So then I went down the aisle that is really dedicated to wood, and that is when I found what I would consider the mother lode of my trip. I found these two cheese boxes, and right away when I saw them, I'm like, oh, I bet you they're going to be a fortune. And they were $9.99, but I ended up getting them at half price. So I came up with an idea of what I was going to do with them, and they will be in one of my future videos. Lastly, I went down this aisle and I saw this piece of pottery. I was hoping it would say something on the bottom. It didn't. And then I grabbed that other piece, and that actually was just handcrafted. So that was nothing either.
Hey guys, so from the previous clip, you know that I went on a little thrifting mission today. Now it is super warm here in Wisconsin. It actually hit the 30s. I was hit low 30s, but it feels like a heat wave after the last few days with it was negative 30. So I don't even feel cold. But I did go thrifting and I picked up a few items. The shelves were a little bare. It wasn't my best thrifting mission, but I did find quite a few outfits for Mexico. Even though I don't officially have my passport yet, we will all pray for me that it comes through and I am going to be able to go. Otherwise, there's nothing I can do. My husband is, I think, a little bit more stressed than I am about it. But like I told him, I'm like, things happen. I try to remember everything, and sometimes a ball drops, and apparently it was my passport. So let's get showing what I got today. Well, first and foremost, this is for me, and I thought it was so cool. So it says Mercantile, and it looks like it was from like a boutique, and they initially wanted $68. They marked it down to $32, and then at Goodwill I ended up paying $12.99 for it. Super excited. When we get back from Mexico, see how positive I'm being, guys? We're going. When I get back, an area that I am going to really focus on and work on is an area in our home is up the stairs. It's like the stairway going up, and then the whole hallway in our upstairs. And it's been kind of an area where I didn't know what to do with it, and it was just, it has really nothing nothing done to it. So I thought this is going to be perfect on the wall going up, and I loved it. So I grabbed it for myself, and for $12.99, I didn't think that was too much. All right, and then I'm gonna also show you guys, I would have shown you guys a few clips of me thrifting. I did find these all at the first Goodwill. So I thought these were really cool. They're from the Food Network. They say that they're porcelain. I ended up paying $2.99 each. Oh my Lord, did I chip one? You guys. So I thought these would be really cool in a display with the bigger one that I found. And then this one says porcelain as well, and this is, it says home. So I'm trying to remember if that's Target or Walmart, I don't know. But I still think all three, and this one I paid $4 for, so I just thought they would all look really cool in a display together. Oh gosh, I thought, oh my word, there's a chip, but there's no chip. Then so they're doing this new thing at Goodwill where every week, this has always been, where they have a color of a week and you get half price off of that. But then they also have a color, I don't know if it was the color of the week from the previous week, but then that is either $1.99 or $99. So there's two different specials. So purple was color of the week at 50% off, and pink was, I think, at $1.99 or 99 cents. I still, it was the first time I'd been in there, you know, like I did go for clothes, but I didn't really pay attention when I did that the other day. Now, the other thing, and I don't know if I mentioned this on one of my videos, but Goodwill got rid of all their bags. So I'm like, oh, so I didn't have any bags. I just like grabbed the clothes. So basically everything I bought, I just put it right back in the cart, and then I hauled it out to my car, and it just sat in my car. So for future reference, I am going to probably have some boxes and probably some like paper, so that if I do end up finding some glass pieces, that I can at least wrap them in paper, because coming home from the one in Neenah to Appleton, it was going ding, 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 like ching 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 everything, and then I'm like trying to spread them out, and yeah, it was not pretty. So it looks like this was regular $9.99. It was purple, so I ended up getting it at half price. I paid $5 for the 4 bowls, and I think these are super cute. They're like little colanders, and I think they kind of remind me of like even like the little strawberry pots that you can get. And these are, I think, mud pie is what it looks like. So super cute. I ended up getting a set of 4, like I said, for $5. I know red is kind of like a wintry color, but you know, like you think of Christmas, or Valentine's, but I still like it. Now, I then hit up another one, ended up not getting anything. I was like, wow, this is bad. I didn't even buy any clothes. And then I went to the next one, and again, I didn't find anything really. And then I went to one near my home, and then that's where I found quite a few items. And I started getting excited, because if you guys don't know this already, but on February 14th, the new IOD is going to be released. So the spring release for IOD is happening on February 14th. I do plan on going live and showcasing all the new items, probably doing a project live on that day. And then I am going to release like a series of videos afterwards that will showcase how to use the different items. And I was looking for, okay, I always like to go thrifting to get like inspired. I probably have some of the stuff too in my stash of stuff that I'm trying to clean out. But when I was thrifting, I was like, oh my gosh, I can use this and I can use this. So you're gonna see some of these items in my upcoming videos. So first and foremost, I just love all of these little bread. Well, this one is actually, I think, for a pizza. I do not know what's going on today. There's normally traffic on our road, but there's like a ton more today. But I thought this was very cool. I also liked this one. It does not have a hole, but I thought I could always drill one. And then even a tiny one. And now I did pay full price for all of these, but I think this will look really cool in a display together, and then showcasing some of the new IOD items on here. I'm pretty excited. So that is for a future video. All right. Then with spring coming, I always think I feel like galvanized on the patio just reminds me of spring. So these reminded me of kind of like tin cans. I grabbed these again. All of these items are going to be showcasing different the IOD items. And then I thought this too was really cool. So very excited. So that will be in a future video as well. I also collect little birds, and I have them all displayed. Now, oh my gosh, I saw his beak, you guys. Look at, and I love all that distressed look. I just think he's super cool. I would think maybe, is he trying to replicate a woodpecker? There's a hole on the bottom. I ended up paying $3.99 for him. I thought he was super cute. I do have a little dowel, and then I just will probably put him on a little stand, and he'll go amongst my collection of birds. So I'm super excited about that. And then I ended up getting 2 of these. They were $9.99, and because they were purple, they were half price. So I ended up getting both for $5, and these are going to be on a future video. So super duper excited. I love it. So I got 2 of those, and then I ended up, like I said, I found some really cute dresses, shorts, just really fun things for vacation. I try to be very frugal when it comes to spending for myself too. So if I can always find something that, is inexpensive, I will definitely grab it. Lastly, tonight, I was debating whether or not to officially go live because of everything that's going on. I just have a ton to get ready, but I am going live, and look what I got in the mail today. The new Roycycled, the stencils, and everybody has been dying to get their hands on these. I am going to talk about how Royce did the Stencil 101 class and showcase how to use the papers and the stencils together. So I'm going to talk about that tonight. So if you do want to join me over on Facebook, I am going to go live at 6 o'clock Central Time, but that's it. So I just wanted to give you guys a quick video. I was hoping to find a lot more, but this is perfect. Really just ease me back into thrifting. So I don't have just a ton to clean up and price, and like I said, I'm going to be going away in a couple weeks, so definitely do not want to leave a mess behind. But you guys have yourself a great week, and we will see you guys on Friday. Not really sure yet what we're gonna do, but definitely something fun, most likely a flipping video. See you then. Bye. Bye.